Hey everyone, so I just got my last box of my RED camera stuff all right there. So let's unbox it. Wanted to show a little behind the scenes and explain all the different things that it takes to build out a RED camera, all in a little unboxing video. I don't usually go live, so I'm gonna do that now. Let me go ahead and ask Jen. Jen, can you film? No. No? Come on. There's people watching. Please, come on. All right. Alright, so we're going to unbox some of this stuff. If you say something in the comments, Jen will let me know, but here's my new standing desk. Built that a few days ago. Probably going to do a video about that. Hey, what's up, Jay? So here, Jen, around Dean. Dude, it can't work.
Don't judge me, guys. I'm not the video guy.
Pippa's going to help too.
I feel like I need to be further back.
Here, you can move the standing mat thing there. So I decided to finally get a RED camera. I've been going back and forth about whether to get a Canon like C100 or C300 or something, and I decided to get a RED camera. And so here are all the boxes that came. I did 3 separate orders, but they just kind of ship it as things come. And when you get a RED camera, you basically don't get anything with it. It's basically just the brain. So you have to choose every accessory you want: handles, cables, monitor, memory card, battery, all that stuff you basically have to choose yourself. So I'm going to do a video about how to do that later. But you get a lot of different pieces. And this is actually something I bought not directly from RED. This is the only thing I bought that wasn't from RED. I bought it from B&H because RED's was back ordered so far, and this is the memory card reader here. One of them. I'm getting one for my desktop computer and one for my laptop to travel with. I'm gonna guess this is the brain, maybe? So I'll open that one first. Closer too if you want to show.
That guy Alfredo says, yo, you should have waited for the Canon C200.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that I'm doing this the day after they officially announced the Canon C200 because it can shoot RAW and do some other things, but I really wanted to move into the RED ecosystem for a while. And I kind of knew a C200 thing was coming just based on rumors, but I do have 2 Canon C100 Mark IIs. So I still use those all the time for my client work. They're a little bit better for quick run and gun stuff and shooting 1080p. But let's see what this is. So with the RED, I got the 7-inch monitor. So maybe that's what this is. Maybe these are just batteries. Let's see. There's a lot of boxes. And as I've been getting them, I wanted to open them, but also wanted to show you guys all the different stuff that you can get with a RED. So this is a RED Volt XL. So these are the batteries. Can open these a little more.
Bearcat says, do you think a Canon C300 Mark II would have been equal to that RED?
No. So the main reason, and these are the 2 of the RED Volt XL batteries, I went with those instead of V-mount. I didn't stick with Canon for a higher end cinema camera, mainly because, yeah, I got more resolution with the C300 Mark II, but I didn't get the RAW workflow, which is what I really wanted, to be able to shoot in RAW, higher frame rates, and for run and gun stuff, I'm still just going to use my C100 Mark II instead of C300 Mark II. And the brain of the RED Scarlett is the same price as the C300, so I pre-ordered the Scarlett-W when it was $10,000, Now they bumped it up to 12,500, which is about what the C300 Mark II costs. But as you'll see, and as I open this stuff, to kit out a RED, to actually use it with monitors and batteries and memory cards and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna spend probably twice that. So I think in the end of the day, I spent somewhere around 18 or 19 or 20,000 to do all this. This is the side handle.
Ryan wants to know what's most of your client work that you're planning on using this RED for.
So part of the reason why I bought this is for the YouTube channel, to make better videos for the YouTube channel, for gear reviews and stuff like that. But honestly, for the clients I currently have, the RED is a bit overkill, but I want to move into more highly produced, more narrative stuff with bigger crews. And I am limited in what I can do with a C100, a 1080p camera. So I know a lot of people wait to buy a camera until maybe they've rented it a bit and they're really comfortable with it and they're doing projects that are at that level already. And I kind of do it in the opposite direction, where I buy a camera which enables me to then start to get work to do certain types of things. So I don't know. I don't have clients that are like, are you shooting on a RED? But the goal is to eventually have clients that will request one, or they'll see the quality of the work I do, and that will come from the RED. So this is the DSMC2 side handle. There's a little dial here and kind of like a 4-way joystick here with a button, a dial here as well, and you can pull focus and change iris, and there's other buttons here and a dial as well. So this is a way better side handle than what I have on my C100 Mark II. So curious to check out how you can program these buttons and what I'll set them to. And there's probably 8 or 9 buttons and 3 wheels. So pretty excited about this handle. It was more expensive than just the plain one, but getting that control when I'm handheld and shooting more documentary style, it's very helpful. This is the 7-inch touchscreen, the carbon fiber version. So the I think it's 4.7-inch one is the one that comes with the Raven. And having seen them both in person, both at RED in Hollywood and at NAB and other shoots and stuff, I knew if I didn't get the bigger screen, I wish I would have gotten it. Just like buying a TV, when you get a 40-inch one and you take it home and you're like, that's not as big as I thought it would be. Always get the bigger one. Always get the bigger TV, right, Jen?
Sure. Someone says hi from Poland, and someone else says hi from Turkey.
That's cool. People from all over the world watching.
Yeah.
I want to do more live streams like this, mainly to just like meet you guys and interact. I'm going to check out the comments after. Obviously, I can't see them because Jen's holding the camera, but just to like meet more of you guys that are subscribed to the channel or have stumbled across it lately. So here is this beast here, the carbon fiber version, RED 7-inch LCD screen thing here. It's pretty big. Pretty sure you get 1080p preview of the actual image, and then there's still information on the top and bottom. It's touchscreen, side buttons. Like I said, I'll be doing way more videos about this stuff, but one of the reasons I got this one instead of the 4.7-inch was that it actually rotates, so it can swivel around, and then this connects to the top of the brain of the camera as well. So there's no cables, which is really great too. So I'm guessing this is just like a cloth as well. So this thing is like $3,000.
You've got some gear questions, non-RED related. Do you want to answer any of those?
Yeah, you can throw them at me if you can read them while they're live. You can scroll through as well too.
Okay.
And if someone does a super chat, like if they donate money to the channel, theirs will be pinned, and then you can read it a little easier.
So Vivian says, hey Caleb, would you recommend buying a Panasonic GH5?
Yeah, GH5s are great cameras. Depending on what you're doing, they're good for stills and video. But definitely check out my buddy Levi Allen's YouTube channel. I think I linked to it a couple videos ago in my NAB vlog, but he's been using the GH5. He got one of the early ones. Definitely go over to his channel. Search Left Coast Media House or Levi Allen, or even if you search GH5, you might see a video of him wearing this shirt. This is his swag.
And he also wanted to know why you got the 60D over the 80D.
Way back a long
Way
time.
back in the day, yeah.
Well, the 80D wasn't out yet, so 60D was my wife and I's first DSLR. We bought it January of 2011, and then a little over a year after that, we bought the 5D Mark III. But I don't have an 80D. I've used one and reviewed it and stuff. I borrowed one from B&H, but I would have bought the 80D or the 70D if those were out. They just weren't out at the time.
Sully wants to know any particular reason you chose red ... now, which I know you talked about a little bit a few minutes ago, but
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing professional video work for almost 3 years full-time, kind of part-time before that at the company I worked at, Fizzle, and then on the side doing some weddings and other client work. And I've always stuck with 1080p cameras from Canon. I shot with the 5D Mark III for a while, then I moved up to the C100 Mark II, and I was going to gradually just increase to 4K, but I really wanted to push myself creatively with a more advanced camera, as well as all of the things that I really love visually in movie and television. They're all shot on RED. Mr. Robot, any David Fincher movie like Social Network or Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, House of Cards, with Jen and I started watching the new season last night. All that stuff shot on RED. The sensors are beautiful. Color science is beautiful. And even some of my favorite YouTubers shoot on RED as well. Marquez, Jonathan over at TLD, Morgan Cooper, who's another filmmaker you guys should definitely follow. He bought a RED Scarlett-W last year. Has been shooting on that, so that's why I chose RED over sticking with a Canon or a Sony, is I wanted to shoot things that are more cinematic and less video.
Brian says, why not a Blackmagic setup? It would have been way cheaper.
Definitely would have been cheaper to go Blackmagic, and if I was doing way more live streaming stuff, Blackmagic's really great for that with their panels and their background. I've used the Blackmagic Ursa Mini, and I just don't think it's as good of a camera. It can do some things well, but nothing is quite like a RED image, honestly. So this is the main event. I guess I should have opened this first. This is the Scarlett-W here. And I know that some of the other ones, or if you get a package, will actually come in a case with some latches and stuff, but I bought all this stuff kind of separately. I didn't buy a perfect set because my needs or what I wanted were a little different. So here is the brain, as they call it. This thing, when I got it, it was $10,000 when I placed the order. They've since increased the price to $12,500, but this is the brain. So when you buy a RED camera, this is pretty much all you get, is you get this thing, which is the brain, which has the sensor in it, the fans, a lot of the electronics and stuff, and then you actually have to buy your own mount. So this is where the lens mount will go. I got an EF mount, but this has the Dragon 5K sensor, little red logo here, and then this is the media bay here, that the memory cards, the RED memory cards will go in there, and then on the back side is where you will attach different modules. So I will attach the battery pack module for the RED volts. I'll attach a base I/O expander to get audio and stuff like that. This is more just like fan vents. And on this side is where this side handle will go here. So I'll attach the DSMC2 side handle there. I have to take this plate off, and then the electronics will actually connect in there. And then on the bottom, you have different threads for mounting it to tripods and other things. And on the top, the vents, and then a bunch of places to screw things, handles and such, as well as the pins that this monitor will connect to. So this is the brain. This is this is something that you can also upgrade from RED. So if you buy the Brain and you start buying all the accessories and you want to go, let's say I wanted to go to 6K or one of their 8K cameras, they have upgrade paths, so you can kind of like trade this in and get the better camera, and then all your accessories will work. Versus if I want to go from a C100 to a C300 or the new Canon C200 they announced yesterday, you have to buy like everything in a complete set. So the Brains update often, and every couple of years or so, or if you wanted to upgrade, and then you can keep all your other stuff. So it's really modular, which is really cool too. So
a couple people want to know if it does 6K or 8K.
This is the Scarlett-W. So this one has the Dragon 5K sensor in it. You have to go up further to get the weapon or something higher that would shoot actual 8K. So this just shoots 5K, but you have to upgrade further to get up to 6 or 8K. For what I'm doing, it's kind of overkill. I mean, even 5K for my current client work is kind of overkill, but I want to progress into shooting better stuff. So this stuff here, these things are the OLPFs. So these go in front of the sensor, and I got the 3-pack, so there's 3 different kinds. There's the regular one that's in there right now. There is a highlight OPF that's really good for when you want good highlight roll off and like on skin tones and stuff, so the skin doesn't get like super shiny and stuff. As well as there's a low light one, so if I'm shooting with a high ISO or in a really dark environment, this filter is better. And then there's just the standard one in there now. I saw you smiling. Did someone say something funny?
Like my toes were in it, and Larry was like, I saw barefoot toes, you're busted. Tommy wants to know how many frames per second it shoots.
It depends on the resolution. RED has a frame rate calculator thing, and I have a frame rate calculator on my app, so I can tell you exactly, but I think at 5K it can do around 120, at least 100, I'm pretty sure. But I would have to go on their website. When you're down at like 1080p, I think you can do 200 or 300 frames per second.
AJ wants to know that if you play with the Canon C200 and love it, will you regret spending all the money on the RED?
That's an interesting question. So I'll hopefully get to see the Canon C200 at Cine Gear in LA. I'm not going tomorrow. I'm going to be up there on Saturday. So I should be able to get hands-on with the C200. Depending on how their raw workflow goes and whether you can really change things like white balance and stuff, maybe I would regret it. I could have sold my 2 C100s and gotten, 2 or 3 C200s and had them all match and stuff. So maybe I will have regretted it, but I think I will have also regretted not getting RED and trying it out if I would have gotten like the Canon C300 Mark II at the time. So let me get the OLPFs out. This is just a RED key here. AC power adapter. I got an extra one, so if you don't have power, your SOL sticker, the basic stuff. There. Okay, just a few more boxes. Any more questions?
Larry wants to know if you sold off your C100s.
No, so I actually bought a second one pretty much the same day I pre-ordered this. So I pre-ordered this, I think in March, and I just got my final piece recently because the Brain was backordered a couple months. I actually didn't think I was even going to get this until July or so, but it came a little earlier. And I also didn't purchase the rest of the stuff until I knew the Brain was ready. But no, I actually kept my C100 Mark II. I bought a second one, and a lot of the times I do 3 camera setups. So I'll use this as my main, and then I'll use the other ones for kind of side angles. But when I'm doing a lot of single camera stuff, I'll mainly be using this.
Sully wants to know what mountain lenses you plan to use with it.
So I have 6 Canon EF lenses, so that's mainly what I'll be using, and that was the mount that I bought.
And Tommy wants to know, what do you think about the new Spark drone from DJI that costs $600?
So I think it's pretty cool, but I bought a Mavic Pro and I've flown it a few times this year already, and even that doesn't have the image quality that I really wish it had. When I fly over things that are really detailed, like trees or water, if you're looking at the 4K image, it's not high enough bitrate to get the depth and the image quality. So it's really cool that the Mavic Pro is that small and the Spark is even smaller, but I don't know, as getting a RED, I'm all about image quality, and so it would be good for a hobbyist, but I wouldn't ever use that for like a professional gig unless I was just trying to hide that I had a drone, which you should not do. So this box is just the Sidewinder. It's just a multi-purpose tool, so you can attach different things to the brain. And then I bought a cover for the handle side module, basically just to protect it when it's not on, so that the electronics don't get fried or dirty.
What's the first thing you're gonna shoot with the RED?
That's a good question. It's been really cloudy here. I was hoping to maybe shoot some of the Oceanside Pier that we live by, maybe with the sunset or something. I was hoping that would be kind of the first thing. But I am going to take it to Cine Gear this weekend, and I'm doing a collaboration video with another YouTube channel that I won't name yet. But that'll probably be the first main project. We're going to put some cinema glass on this and compare it to some still glass, and then also compare this to like a GH5. And we're going to put one video on my channel, one video on their channel, and so expect that in the next couple weeks.
Will you be doing a review of the C200 in the future?
I hope to. I hope to actually shoot a preview of it this weekend when I get some hands-on time with it. I debated whether I should make a video about it yet, but I haven't actually touched it or used it at all. So I'm going to wait until I can actually use it a little bit, and I hope to do a preview soon and then a full review once it actually comes out, probably in August-ish. How's the camera work, Jen?
I'm a still photographer, guys. I'm not a videographer. I've got lots of questions. You want more?
Yeah, before questions, this is the battery module. So this is the RED Volt XL. So this will attach to the back. And this is a little bit off the cuff video. I apologize for like it not being scripted and super short and concise like all my other videos, but it's live, so trying it out. I will eventually, once this stuff is really fully unboxed, do a video showing which things I bought and why, and show them in better detail. So if you guys like live videos like this, let me know, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all the things YouTubers say in their videos. Question?
I have the Canon 18 to 80 Cinezoom lens. I highly recommend it. Have you used it yet?
I have not. All of my Canon glass is all still glass because Jen is also a photographer, so we share a lot of the equipment. So I have 6 L series ones, and then I have 3 like EFS cheaper lenses. I would eventually like to use more cinema glass on my stuff, but 18 to 80 looks pretty sweet for an all-around run and gun lens.
I'd really want to upgrade from my Canon DSLR T6i. What would you choose between the A6500 and the GH5, or maybe the C100 but no 4K ...
I honestly don't think you need 4K for most stuff. None of my clients get 4K videos when they're done so far. Yet. So if you're going to only shoot video, getting a C100 or a C100 Mark II, that's a great option. If you want something smaller and handheld, I like the GH5. I also like the A6500. It's even smaller. You can't go wrong with either of those. But if you have a bunch of Canon glass for your T6i that you want to use, converting it to a Sony A6500 is better than to a GH5. It's a little harder.
How do you plan to edit the raw footage from RED?
It's actually not that bad. I downloaded some of their sample footage, and it actually runs better than the 4K I get out of Sony cameras on my computer. It's actually a really good codec. So I'm not that concerned about it. I mean, you can turn around and show, I have a 2013 trash can over there, the Mac Pro, and that's what I've been editing on for the last 3-ish years. And I also have a newer MacBook Pro laptop. Both of those handle the RED sample footage well. So this is the mount that goes on the camera so that lenses can go on. I'm gonna open this. No, I'm not fully opening everything, but I'm trying to move through the stuff.
What are your favorite YouTube channels, and who's the woman that's behind the camera? Sorry, I don't know your name.
Oh, that is my wife, Jen.
Hi, Tommy.
She does not have a YouTube channel. Trying to get her on this one a little more. My favorite YouTube channels. I love Nerd Writer. I think the videos he makes are pretty amazing. My friend Thomas Frank makes videos mainly for college kids, but a lot of his videos kind of apply to everyone about productivity and living and like being better at work and stuff. So I like his channel. Follow the major tech channels like MKBHD, TLD Today, Unbox Therapy, Austin Evans, all of Team Crispy. And then for news, I follow The Verge and Vox. I mean, you can go to my channel and see who I'm subscribed to. It should be public. Those are all the people I follow. There's probably like 40 or 50 channels. Jen says like, how do you watch so much YouTube? And it's like, well, it's part of the work. I have to do it. Mm-hmm. Oh, losing screws. So this is the Canon EF mount. And this will attach to the front here. And this enables me to attach Canon lenses to the camera body. So you can get a PL mount. You can also get like a titanium version of this that's a little lighter. This is the cheaper aluminum version. Cheaper. I think we just have one more box. The only thing that I'm missing that is supposed to come today is the newer version of the memory card reader that I'm going to use for my laptop. This one's USB 3, which I'll use on my Mac Pro, and then the new one from RED that just came out is USB 3.1, and so that'll be a little faster when I'm on my laptop.
Sully wants to know how you jumped from Canon 5Ds to bigger clients and gigs. He says he's a freelance shooter for hire, and how do you jump into those higher paying clients and projects?
It's a big question. It was like one at a time. Honestly, the first videos I shot for clients were completely free. I edited video for free for one of my clients. I filmed a wedding for free we were already going to that was Jen's friend. Those were some of my first like video gigs. And then I just gradually increased my price over time. The biggest thing I think is showing them what work you've done in the past that then you can like prove that you can charge what you're going to charge, as well as just having the whole process being professional. So when someone approaches me through email, there's like a professional form they fill out that I ask them questions. The quote and the estimate is professional looking, and my proposals are like really thought out and detailed. So honestly, you can charge whatever you want. It's just a matter of, is the experience from first contact to getting the video files equal to what they're going to pay you. So I would really focus on that process, and you can kind of charge whatever you want. It's all relative of what you're going to charge, where you live, what they can afford. And C100s aren't that much more than 5Ds, especially if you get a used C100. You can get one for cheaper than you can get a 5D Mark IV. So, and it's also a perception thing. If you have a cinema video camera, you know, they might assume, oh, you're a little more pro than, oh, I have that camera that you're filming on.
Jeffrey wants to know, last year you did a lighting workshop at Wistia. What are you doing this year? I'll be there.
Oh, so Wistia Fest is in like a week? Yeah, in like a week. I'm doing a live demo of how I set up an interview and film it, as well as film B-roll quickly. So a lot of the times I'll have to show up somewhere I've never been before, figure out how to light it, what the background's going to be, and then film someone doing something that's maybe not super interesting. Like maybe they just work on a computer, or they like, it's something not very visual. I mean, sometimes it is. Maybe they're an artist or they're an athlete or something, but sometimes it's like not very visual. So just talking about how I show up, film an interview, and film a bunch of B-roll that goes with it. So that's what we'll be doing.
You got a lot of questions about the RED Raven or just RED in general versus the Ursa Mini Pro.
Yeah.
And is the image quality that different for more than 3 times the cost?
So I haven't used the Ursa Mini Pro. That was a fairly new announcement. I'd already pre-ordered this before that was announced, but the Blackmagic cameras are good. I just think I really wanted to do raw workflow as part of why I chose RED, as well as, I don't know, this matches really well with the Canon cameras I already have, and having used some of the Blackmagic stuff, it does feel a little cheap when you're using it. Those are great cameras though, like you can get great images out of those as well, both like at 4.6K, which is basically what this can do at 5K. So this is a thing that I thought wasn't here yet. This is the USB 3.1 memory card reader. So that is here actually. So the thing that's coming today is probably my memory card. So can't even film anything yet.
Can you run the difference between the Raven, Scarlet, and Epic?
So the Raven is 4.5K, and you don't get a lot of the high frame rate stuff that you get with this, as well as the Raven only has Canon EF lens mount on it. When you go up to the Scarlett-W, you go to 5K, you get better high frame rate stuff, and you have an interchangeable lens mount. So I could put PL like cinema glass on it. I could change out for a better Canon mount as well. So that's what you get going up to Scarlett-W. And then when you get up into the Epic, you're getting into 6 and 8K and higher frame rates and things like that. So those are the main differences. The Raven looks pretty similar to this. It maybe is just a little smaller, a little more lightweight. So, I mean, I didn't fully open everything, but that's most of the stuff. The main things are camera body, 7-inch screen, side handle, the battery pack that's going to go on the back as well. And so the things I still need to buy are, I'm either going to get the base I/O expander, or I'm going to buy the off Hollywood one that has XLRs in it as well.
When will you be doing an in-depth review of the RED Scarlett camera?
It'll probably be late June. It'll probably be July by the time I get to it. I have a lot of client projects and travel and other videos in the works. So I probably won't see a full in-depth thing until later this month or next month in July.
Cinecam wants to know, is it heavy?
Kind of. It's a few pounds. I don't know all the tech specs without looking them up. I would say it's like maybe 3 to 4 pounds. I don't know. It's about the same weight as a Canon C100. Body only.
Samuel wants to know, this question isn't for Caleb, but also for Jen. I'm stuck between filmmaking and landscape stills. I like both. How do you know, yeah, this is what I really want to do? I don't think you would have to choose.
I don't think you have to choose. I think it's important to like know what you're really good at, and you need your portfolio and stuff like that. But it also depends on how early you are. Like, are you making a full-time living from one of those and you're trying to switch to the other, or are you just starting and trying to decide? Like, you don't need to decide right away.
Yeah.
Like, I make videos about all kinds of different things, and I'm always changing like what kinds of videos I make. And Jen started doing portraiture and she does wedding, but she also has had clients where she did landscape stuff, or she did headshots, or being able to shoot video or photo. That's like the entryway, and then you can kind of choose what projects you do. And I would just do some passion projects for each and see which you like more. Well, I've always turned into a Q&A about unrelated things, but that's great. It's part of it. Because there's a lot of downtime to fill when I'm opening boxes and stuff. This is the RED Mini Mag 3.1 reader. It's kind of hard to see in the shiny thing. Should I open it more? Or is it good? This is to read the memory cards, which is pretty funny because I like put off unboxing this till I had everything, and I still don't have memory cards yet, so I can't even film. At first, I thought I wasn't going to get the thing to offload the memory card, so I could film but not edit it, but I don't even have a memory card yet. They were back ordered. So hopefully that's what's coming today, because I need to film this weekend.
What software do you use for post-production?
I use Premiere Pro. I used to use Final Cut Pro 10. That's also good. I just switched over to Premiere because most of my projects, I have someone else help me edit most of it, and doing remote stuff and sharing projects with Premiere between multiple editors is way easier than Final Cut in my experience. More questions? Should we wrap soon?
Wrap soon.
Any question? Go.
Well, someone says, how do you feel about the new C200? It makes your $20K investment a little excessive now, right?
Some fighting words there. That's a little getting a little feisty in the chat. Yeah, you could say excessive. I mean, I haven't shot in a C200, so I don't know what kind of quality it is. It's going to be DCI 4K. This does shoot in 5K. This also shoots RED raw code, so I can change things in post. And filming on a RED is different than filming on like a Canon or a Sony or something like that. And the more research I've been doing into how to film, it's like the difference between RAW and JPEG. So when you're taking a photo and it's a JPEG, smaller file size, but when you try to push it, you try to change exposure or contrast or like get more of that data that's in a raw photo file, you can't. And that is kind of the equivalent of shooting raw to regular like MP4 or AVC HD with a Canon or a Sony camera. So excessive is definitely a correct word to use. I don't regret this yet, and I don't think I will. But had the C200 been announced or been out, maybe I would have changed my mind. I do like a lot of the features of the C200, like the touchscreen autofocus, which is something that should have been in like the Canon cinema line earlier anyway, as well as some of the things they've done with the raw codec and some of the other features and what they've done to the camera body are really great. But like I said, I haven't used that yet, and it wasn't announced when I pre-ordered this thing like 3 months ago.
He said he didn't mean to be feisty, he just found out about it himself.
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just joking.
Charlie has a few questions that you've covered, but maybe you want to touch on them in case we've got some new people. Okay. So what body did you get? What lenses did you get? And 8K quality or no? So
I bought it's kind of like the second level RED camera that's available right now. There's the RED Raven, that's 4.5K. There's the Scarlett-W, which is 5K. And then there's the 6K and 8K like Epic Ws and stuff above it. And the VistaVision is way up here that they use for like Transformers and Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that. So I got the 5K Scarlett-W, which was $10,000 when I bought it. It's now $12,500. And then the other main accessories are, this is the RedVolt XL battery pack, which also has the DC power in. So these batteries here, I bought 2 of the RedVolt XLs. This will go on the back. A lot of people get V-mount because that's more of a standard in the Hollywood world, but I don't own any V-mount batteries, so I wanted to keep it compact and small, so I went with RedVolt. I also got the 7-inch carbon fiber screen, the touchscreen LCD here. Other main accessory, DSM-C2 side handle here with all the knobs and the dials and the buttons. So that'll go on the side of the camera. And then for lenses, I'm going to use my Canon EF lenses. I have 35, 50, 85, 100, 135, 24 to 105, 40 millimeter pancake, 10 to 18 EFS lens, and then the 55 to 250 EFS lens. So those 9 lenses is what I'll use to start.
Hold on, we have a dog related question. How's
Okay.
the dog? She's so cute.
Oh, she's flipping upside down. Perfect timing.
She's real good, guys. Thanks for the love.
She's working hard.
She's working real hard. That's her head, by the way. You can't really tell.
So hopefully my memory card comes today so I can start filming some stuff. Otherwise I might need to rush order a rental on one for this weekend. From Lens Pro to Go or something. Memory card reader. So yeah, hopefully FedEx drops that off today because they tried yesterday and did not. But those are the main accessories. Red camera, more videos to come. I will definitely do a higher quality video with a more detailed breakdown, but I really do live stuff, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to kind of interact with the audience a little bit and show you the carnage that comes when you order a RED camera. So you can order a package where it comes in like one nice box, but you're like very limited in the accessories that you can get in those packages. So I wanted piece by piece to build out exactly what I wanted. So I'll update the description below this video with all the exact things that I bought. And I think that's it. Any other closing questions, Jen?
There's a couple more. What mic do you use, and will you handhold or use a gimbal?
I use a lot of mics. My main mic I use normally is the Rode NTG3 shotgun microphone when it's just one person talking. For lavalier microphones, I use the Rode Filmmaker kit, which is a wireless lavalier system, as well as I use Audio-Technica AT899s. And a lot of this stuff is in the description of this video already, down in the comments. The description where I like linked all my gear and stuff, a lot of it's already in there of the stuff that I use normally. And then what was the other question?
Will you handhold or use a gimbal?
I will probably end up investing in a gimbal. I also have a glide cam. I like glide cams. They're a little bit more fluid and less mechanical, but probably end up with a Ronin for this. But most of my stuff, I'm handheld, I'm monopod, tripod, sometimes glide cam, sometimes shoulder rig. It depends on what I'm filming, what I use. But most of the time I'm on like a monopod or a tripod. Cool. I think that's it. Thanks everyone for watching. Sorry I couldn't see your comments, but thank you, Jen, for running the camera so I could interact a little more. And Red. See you guys.